Good afternoon. Apologies. Looks like we lost signal there for just a moment. So I'll just continue where we left off. We were at oral communications. This is the opportunity for public members to address the committee on any matter about project review. Hearing no comments, we're going to go ahead and close oral communications. For today's PRC agenda, we do have two items on the agenda. The first item is PRC 2024-029 for the Porterville Fairgrounds located at 2700 West Teapot Dome. The applicant is proposing the development of a new 17,500 square foot livestock barn and new maintenance building. The property is owned PS public and semi-public and has a general plan land use of agricultural rural conservation. With that, I'm going to go ahead and share the screen here of the proposed site plan. And we'll go ahead and start first with our building department with James.
So I just had a question. These livestock, so is it gonna be the same operation as the one across to the west?
James, can you hear me?
Yes.
No, so it will be strictly for holding any overflow of animals that's necessary for the fair's operation. There won't be any type of bleachers. There won't be any type of assembly occupancy. It's strictly just going to be for, housing the animals for that process. So
No public. I mean, besides obviously the staff that has the animals.
correct. Yeah. No assembly of any type of spectators.
And so it'll be just like the other one, no walls, just a roof.
That's correct. Yeah, roof only structure. No sidewalls. No storage of any type of combustibles or hazardous material.
Okay, that was just a couple questions that we had. So no comments at this time for building.
Thank you, James. Next, with our engineering department with Javier.
So similarly, the engineering won't have comments on this one.
Thank you, Javier. Next, with our field services department.
No comments.
Thank you. As far as comments from planning, we are reviewing the previous approved entitlements to verify if there's going to be a requirement to do an amendment. And we'll provide that information on the PRC letter. But other than that,
Fire not in.
the fire department is not in today, and they will be providing their comments as part of the PRC letter.
Oscar, is the fair operating under a special use permit currently?
What was it called? A lease agreement and development agreement that they signed with the city. So we're reviewing those documents to verify if this new project encompass that agreement.
Okay.
If not, then we may have to go through an amendment of that agreement. But yeah, we're still reviewing those documents.
Okay. With this PRC application, are you guys also including the future maintenance shop, or is that going to have to be a separate PRC submittal?
Yeah, you're identifying it on the site plan and I believe on the application.
Right.
So yeah, so we'll provide comments based off also that would include the maintenance building.
Oh, one person, right?
Yeah. If we can, if we're required to, I'd only like to amend the development agreement once with
Correct.
either the proposed livestock barn as well as the future maintenance building.
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Other than that, are there any questions at this time from the applicant for city staff?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Logan. So yeah, so we'll provide a letter to the applicant in 2 weeks turnaround from today's meeting, outlining today's project and any comments to proceed. Thank you. With that, we'll go ahead and proceed with our second item on today's agenda, which is PRC number 2024-020 for Avenues at Pioneer. The applicant is proposing a multifamily residential subdivision consisting of 19 total parcels with 20 duplexes, totaling 40 total units. The property is located at the southwest corner of Pioneer Avenue and State Route 65. The property is zoned high-density residential and has a general plan land use of high-density residential. With that, let me go ahead and share my screen here of the site plan that was submitted. As far as comments, we'll go ahead and start with our engineering department with Javier. You not here? No. We lost Javier. We'll circle back here in just a moment. But yeah, with that, we'll go ahead and move along with our field services department. I know that there was conversation between the applicant and architect team. And they're showing 2 enclosures as part of the overall project site. You would like to make any comments in regards to field services? Brianna or Joe?
I believe we had agreed that can service was going to be sufficient for this location.
That's good to hear.
And would they be able to do away with the enclosures that are shown on the project?
Yes.
Thank you. As far as next department, building? No comments during this time. Thank you.
Hey, Oscar,
Yes.
this is Donald Dixon. Just one item. There was a slight oversight down at the bottom there. There's supposed to be a property line between those 2 duplexes in the bottom right. it probably, it's
Okay.
there, you just can't see it. Let me put it that way. So, I mean,
Okay,
they're
yeah.
all in, yeah.
Sounds good. When we submit the tentative map, we'll just make sure that we do show the proposed lots clearly. That way, when we move forward, there's no issues. But on the planning side, yes, we would have to move forward with a tentative subdivision map complying with series 400 of the development code. As far as the development within those lots, complying with section a residential district chapter 201. I believe we're providing garages as part of the parking requirement for each dwelling unit. And then as far as that, those will be our major comments from planning. Our fire department representative is out today. As the previous item, they'll be providing their comments as part of the PRC letter.
Excellent, thank you.
Are there any additional comments from staff?
Yeah. I forgot about each one of these being on their own parcel. So Donald, with the property line in the middle there, what is the distance from wall to property line? Between the two, or in the middle?
More or less.
Richard, do you have that information,
Between the
please?
two, Oscar, if you have a duplex and a property line? No, not in front, on the side.
On the side, yeah,
Right there. So if that's property line, what's it to the wall?
I believe we have 5 feet between the property line to the wall for a total of 10 between the buildings. But
Okay.
Aaron, I believe is online, who put this site plan together. He could confirm that. And I'm pretty sure that's what we have.
Yeah, I believe that is correct.
It looks like about the same distance to the west property line.
Yeah, I think you can see kind of a dashed line here, and I mean this site plan is a little bit rough yet too. There's kind of a dashed line along the west line that represents setback line right there. So I think that setback would comply with zoning and everything else like that. But that would, yeah, I want to say that's 10 feet there as well.
Great. Okay, thank you.
Aaron's with Lane Engineering. Civil.
Great, thank you.
I was gonna ask on that access drive. Is it labeled as a private street or is it like just an access drive?
As I recall, Javier, the intent, and both Donald and Richard can confirm, but as I recall, this was going to be a private drive.
That's correct. It's private and it connects to the at the south to an existing easement that agreement that the properties share. So there's no intention that the general public would access this drive. Only homeowners and visitors and whoever's picking up the individual bins.
Is it its own separate parcel and everybody has easement rights to it?
I think that's what I envisioned, Javier, as it being yeah, some sort of a road and utility access, right? It would be just similar to a road right away, I guess, except it would be in favor of, all the parcels in favor of one another, sort of a common deal, so to speak.
And just to say, in our previous submittal, the fire department requested that we widen it to 28 feet to allow for parking on one side because they were feeling that visitors, no matter even if we provided the visitor parking to the south, would still use that street. So we did widen it to 28 feet to allow for parking and the 20 feet minimum fire apparatus access.
Yeah, so there's the apartment, the multiple family just west of this. I guess it would be somewhat similar to that, kind of a private drive coming through, except I think a bit wider and really a less dense development here. And down to the south, that south leg that turns to the east, that's going to connect to that other development there. I think there's like an emergency access gate there. Is that correct?
That's right.
Yeah. So that would only be accessed by fire in case of emergency.
Yeah, that was all I had a question on.
Thank you, Javier. With that, are there any other questions from the applicant?
I have a question. It's Donald. Do you know, and I'm not trying to misdirect anything. This was a question that was asked of me, and I said I'll ask it. But this sort of zoning that this property has, would a hotel be approved for that? I mean, barring 100,000 things going right. I mean,
No, we don't have it as an allowed use in that zone district. It is zoned high density residential. And as far as a hotel, it's not identified as a permitted use in that zone district.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So with that, we'll provide a letter of today's project. We'll provide comments from each department on how to proceed. And we should get that in about 2 weeks turnaround.
Great. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and end today's PRC meeting at 1:59 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.